Hello students, good morning. In last class, in last week we discussed what are various basic structure of SQL, right? And in this class, we are going to discuss about string operation. Okay, already we have a small gap for examinations of final year BTech students. Okay, so I hope you have started your assignment work, and I hope you will complete before mid exams. Okay, so I will give spare 2 or more time, 2 or more days, so that you can easily fill the assignment and submit to me. Okay, so in this class I want to start with a already previous class called string operation. That is, if you use this string operation called in SQL, it allows the specification of an escape character. That is, if you take particular value we want to retrieve, you use a like operator. Okay, a like is a keyword to omit the particular data and retrieve particular data, so that we use a particular operator called percentage or backslash. Okay, these two operators are used to omit the particular escape character. Okay, so the escape character is used immediately before a special pattern character to indicate that the special pattern character is to be treated like a normal character. Okay, if you are saying particular name, if you want to retrieve particular name, so that you use two one operator and one keyword. The keyword is as like, we use like keyword to use string operations, and we use either backslash or percentage operator to omit the your data. Okay, see, we define the escape character for a like comparison using the escape keyword. Okay, so already we discussed. Now to illustrate, for the above example, to illustrate, we have a following patterns which use a backslash as the escape character. So here you see, if I like is a character, like is a keyword, and percentage and backslash are two keywords or escape characters. Okay, so AB backslash percentage CD percentage. So it means that it escapes where the backslash operator are used. It matches all the strings beginning with your that is escape character denoted by backslash, taking the data by means of the percentage. Okay, AB percentage CD. So if you want to retrieve particular data ABCD, you use this sequence. Okay, otherwise if you see this one, AB double slash CD percentage, so this means that you are taking only AB slash CD data. So the slash operator is used to omit particular data and pad all the previous data. Okay, I hope you understand the concept of string operation. Let me see an example how the string operation performs. Okay, so example, if you take the find the names of all customers whose street includes the substring main. Okay, if I want to retrieve a data called uh, attribute called street, in that I have various data like particular XYZ. In XYZ I want to retrieve substring called Y, so we use the substring data called Y, so that we take a comparison operator. Okay, so this is the relation we required. We want to retrieve name, means we retrieve by means of a particular command called select. Select keyword is used to retrieve particular attribute name or the row name from the relation name where the condition lies. Okay, select customer name from customer where I want a particular data which belongs to street, so that the condition belongs to customer street. Okay, customer street. So the substring can be retrieved by means of two combination of two. One is a keyword, one is a operator. The keyword is a like and operator is a either backslash or a percentage. Okay, so see, this is the answer we have. Select, I want a name, means select customer name from a table name, means it is a customer, where the condition is customer like percentage main. So that if you are saying that percentage main means I will retrieve the substring of customer street data. If there is any main available in your particular customer street, then automatically we can retrieve that particular name. So for example, see here main means here Jones. See, this is the Jones, and the main means here means main. One main is for Haynes, and next main is for Jones. So these are the two output of that query. Okay, we have various representation also. So this is the representation. It includes a string matching operator. That is, a string matching operator means like, percentage, or backslash. Operator for comparison of character strings. The operator like uses patterns that are described using two special characters. Already we said that either two special characters are used. That is either percentage or the backslash. We have a underscore also. One of the in one of the textbook they give a underscore also. Okay, either percentage, either backslash, either uh, underscore. Okay, so percentage, the percentage characters matches any substring. So previously here, if you are saying mains, it check the percentage, so that from percentage it checks the matching character. Next, underscore means it checks the each and every character pattern, starting letter, second letter, and so on, the moves from starting to last. So if you are saying this is the various representation, starting with quotation, this is a names means you should represent in a single quotation. Perry followed by percentage matches any string beginning with PE RRY, Perry. And if you are saying percentage IDEGE, percentage means a substring which consists of IDG. Okay. Next, underscore means it checks the exactly particular data. Okay. If you are saying three, underscore means you are checking three characters. Okay. Percentage means it matches any string of at least three characters. Okay. So we have various representation to represent a substring of data. Okay. We have various scenarios for representing string data. If you want to concatenate, we use two appended data. This is a symbol for concatenation, is that is combining two or more characters, and from converting to upper to lower cases. Already in string functions we have various uppercase and lowercase conversions we discussed. And if you want to calculate the string length, we use a function called a string length. So we are taking strings means already we take the previous example. This is the representation for retrieving the substring of data. Okay, next we have various set operators. Already we know about the set operators, that is union, intersection, and except. So these set operators like union, intersection, and except operator on relations, and it corresponds to the already previous discussed class called relational algebra operations. Okay, so each of the above operations automatically eliminates duplicates. To remain all duplicates, use the corresponding multiset versions. We use union all, intersect all, and except all. So if you take the union and intersection and except, if there is a duplication of data available in your data, so it automatically omits the data. So if you want to include the duplication of data in your relation, then you have to represent by means of union all, intersect all, and except all. If you take these three keywords as set operators, means the output consists of duplication of data. Okay, if you not to take the duplication of data, means if you take the particular data without any duplication, means it you use a keyword just union, intersect, and except. Okay, so if you see the tuple occurs m times in R and n times in S, then it occurs as m plus n times, that is the combination of m relation and n relation. So if you use the union all, if you want to take the intersect all, means it represent minimum of m comma n. Okay, so except means it takes only the first relation and omits the second relation. Okay, next, see, starting with set operators called union operation. So the union operation automatically it eliminates duplicates. If we want to adding of duplicates, means we use a keyword called all. Okay, the number of duplicate tuples in the result is equal to the total number of duplicates that appear in both D and B. Okay. Thus, if Jones has three accounts and two loans at a bank, then there will be automatically there will be five tuples with the name Jones in the result, because A relation consists of three accounts and B relation consists of two loans. If you are saying union means it retrieves these 3 plus 2, total we get 5 related tuples. Okay. See, we have a query called find all customers who have a loan, an account, or both. Okay. So we want loan, account, loan, and both. So combination of these three. If you are saying the combination of all the three means such, we use a operator called set operator called union. Okay. See, select customer name from which repository. We have a two relations called as depositor relation and borrower relation. The borrower relation consists of customer name and loan number. The deposit relation consists of customer name and account number. I want only customers, all data of the customer, so that customer name includes account number and loan number. I want these three, these two relations. Okay. So that if I am saying union means I want customer name from depositor and customer name from borrower. I want a combination of all these two relations, so that this is the output of the two relations. Okay. This is the output of the two relations. The customer name includes Hayes. So they will have two Johnsons. We get only one Johnson. Automatically, if you are using the union means, the duplication of data is omitted. So Jones, Lindsay, Smith, Turner. So all this comes into. If you have the two Smith means we get only one Smith of data. Okay. If I want customer underscore name, so we have the customer underscore name. Okay. Next, if you take the set operator called intersect. Okay, the intersect operation automatically eliminates the duplication, and the number of duplicate tuples that appear in the result is equal to the minimum number of duplicates in both D and B. Whatever the minimum values that are available in both relations, which are same values in both relations, will be appeared as a retrieve of your data when you use a set operator called as intersect. Okay. Thus, if Jones has three accounts and two loans at the bank, then there will be two tuples with the name Jones in the result, because in one bank only three accounts and another bank you have two accounts. So that in two relations altogether we have five loans, but a combination of these two relations has only two accounts, so that the combination of the two relations consists of the existed data. So the result will be the two data what we existed called as the result. Okay. Next, see, this is an example for set operation. Find all customers who have a loan, and here we have a R is default you taken as a union, and is default you are taken as a intersection. Okay. So both the loan and account means you gave the particular relation name from depositor and relation name from attribute name from depositor, relation name, and using the keyword called set keyword called intersect, and attribute name from relation name. Okay. So you get the answer called the combination of these two names which has a common values. Okay. If you say here A's, here also there is a Hayes, automatically we get the data. If you have the Johnson, if there is no Johnson, so there will be no retrieval of the data. Okay. So I hope you understand a particular concept. You see, if you gave the intersect all, okay, if you say the intersect all means the duplication of data will be possible. Okay. The duplication of data means if you have a Hayes means Hayes data, next Jones is Jones data, next is Johnson, there is no Johnson data. If you have Smith, Smith data. Okay. If you give that here we use a union all means there will be output of duplication of data. Okay. Next, accept. Accept is a operation in relational algebra. The accept is acts as a set difference. Okay, the accept operation automatically eliminates duplicates. The number of duplicate copies of a tuple in the result is equal to the number of duplicate copies of tuple in D minus the number of duplicate copies of the tuple in B. Okay, we are taking two relations. Among two relations, if we are accepting one relation, means automatically you are omitting one relation and consider the data whatever you have in one relation. Okay, thus if Jones has three accounts and one loan at the bank, then there will be two tuples with the name Jones in the result. If instead this customer has two accounts and three loans at the bank, therefore there will be no tuple with the name Jones in the result. Even we have three values and three values in one relation, two values in one relation, but the two are not common, means there will be no result. Okay, see, this is the data we have. If you are saying the accept condition, see here, find all customers who have an account. So you are retrieving one particular data in one relation, but no loan, means you are omitting the another relation. That is a function, that is an operation we perform in accept. Okay, right, see here, this is the particular attribute name and this is the particular attribute name in the relation. So you have only various values available. If you are considering another relation, means whatever the data you are taking has a data. Okay, we are not you are omitting the data, that is Johnson data is not available here, we are taking that data. So Jones available, so we are omitting the data. Next, Lindsay not available, so that Lindsay will be available. Okay, here also same, you are saying except all, means see here we have two particular data, duplicate data, there will be output is duplicate data. Okay, common data will be used in intersection. Okay, all data is used in particular union. If you want particular data omitting another data, means you have accept. Okay, next important concept called aggregate functions. So already you familiar with aggregate functions by practical session, in practical session. So but in theoretical manner, what do you mean by aggregate function means? See, an aggregate function, we are summarizing the results of an expression or a number of rows. Okay, we are having number of rows. Among number of rows, we are summarizing the rows, means we use what? Aggregate functions. Okay, by summarizing the number of rows, but it returns a single value. We have, see here uh, we have five common values. Okay, among five common values, you want one retrieve data. So if you use aggregate function summarizing all five rows and giving only one row as a result. Okay, summarization means adding all your data and giving one result is called aggregate function. Okay, right. So if you are using aggregate functions, means defaultly it will applicable to numeric values. Okay, not the character values. It takes only the numeric values as input and summarize these numeric data and result the output. Okay, right. The general syntax for most of the aggregate functions is we are using an aggregate function. If we are saying distinct, means it omits the duplication of data. If you are saying all, means it consider the duplication of data. Okay, see, we have various aggregate functions. Those are five categories called sum, count, average, minimum and maximum. Okay, see, coming to first, we have a table called employee, so that we have an employee ID, name, department name and salary, so that we can applicable to only numeric values, so that it is a salary or employed. But employee ID is a unique value, so we cannot group all the unique values. Okay, but you can group the, or we can combine, or we can summarize the uh, numeric attributes. Okay, see, if you say the select star from employee, means we have employee table, so that the data will come like this. If I want to sum the salary, means we can get all the attribute data into one. Okay, see, to find the sum of all salaries in the organization. Okay, so we can use a query called select See, this is the aggregate function. Already you study the syntax. That is, see, aggregate function, distinct or all. See here, see, we can use like this. Select aggregate function called sum, the distinct or all. If you are saying distinct salary means duplication of data, all means duplication data, distinct of attribute name means it will omits the duplication of data. Okay, sum of salary from employee. So this is the sum of all attributes. Okay, I hope you understand. In this syntax or this keyword or this particular statement is executed previously, but if you see, to find, if I want, see here we have various departments, right? English, physics, sales, and marketing sales. Okay, so I want to retrieve only particular domain salary. That is, I want to retrieve particular English salary, so that if I want to either English or physics or sales, I want only particular grouping of these two English department or domain, so that we use a keyword. Already we discussed a keyword called group by, so that if you use group by to a particular aggregate function, so that we can get only particular department name or particular domain name. Okay, I hope you understand the concept, but we will discuss now. So to find the sum of salaries, that is grouped by department. If you are saying the sum of salary means you use this query, but here he is saying you have to group by department. If you are saying the group by department means automatically it groups the department. Okay, see, select sum of salary from employee. Here is common syntax. But if you are saying additional keyword called group by, if you are saying group by, what you are grouping means, if you are saying department name, so that automatically it groups the data based on department name. See here, you are you are combining or summarizing salary based on department. See, you are saying English. See, previously we have English 50,000 and 6,000. You go combining, we get 1,10,000. Okay. Similarly, uh, physics and marketing and sales. Okay. Next. See, if you take a look at the previous query, the information won't tell us what's the sum for a particular department. So to include that information, we add department name in the select. See here, just you are saying the department name, it retrieves the salary. If you see, if you give the department name in particular sum, automatically you get the data. See here, select department name, sum of salary from employee. So that previously you were saying sum of salary means it retrieves only sum of salary. Now we are including an additional attribute called department name, so that it gives the department name. Okay. Next. See, the query in the previous slide, it lists the information for all the department. If see, what if we want the information to be restricted only for a particular department like English? See, here, if you say that particular department name means it gives all the values. If I want only particular English department, just you give the group by with English. Okay, so that it gives only the English. Either you see here, select department name or sum of salary from employee, group by, I want only department name called as English, so that we represent department name equals to English. Okay, see here, see, we use a condition where department name equal to English, or use another keyword called as, see here, having. So instead of where the condition, you are using having. Okay, see this way. So see the, if you use the aggregate functions, then you cannot use where class. This is an important note point. So when you want to retrieve based upon condition in normal queries, we will use where condition. Okay, but if you are using aggregate functions, means instead of where condition you give the what the condition called as having. So instead of where you are using having, so that you can retrieve the data efficiently. Okay. Next, average. So you know that average is a combination of all the particular numeric data by how many tuples we have. Okay. See, if you want to calculate the average of all the salaries in the organization, we use AVG, salary from employee. See, we have a simple answer. Is this what we accept? Okay. So employee table has 7 records and the salaries are, we have only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is null. Okay. So I hope you understand. We have 7 records. Among the 7 records, we have 6 values and 7th value is null. So that if you are taking 7 values, means we'll get the data here. But if you use average of salary, means you are getting 62,500 from the query as output. Why so? Why this happens means, previously if there is no value in your record, means it omits the particular data and consider that as by 6 only. Defaultly it omits the null value. Okay, see here, count of star is the only function which won't ignore nulls. Okay, count of, among we have 5 aggregate functions, only count function is considered the null values. Remaining all are omits the null values and takes the records based on your consideration. Okay, other functions like sum, average, min, max, they ignore the null values. What it means is, in previous query the salary value for a particular employee was null, so the query as calculated by, so we have the 6 values, we take the by 6, means you get the resulted data. Okay. Next, see, this is already we discussed. If you take the count of star, means it consider the salary, it consider the null values. If there is null value, means it gives the 7. If there is no null value, means it takes the 6. So because count star is not going to ignore the null values, but you take the salary, means it ignores the null values. Okay. Next, so remember, when we use any of the aggregate functions in SQL, all the columns listed in the select need to be part of the group by class. So, this is the condition where we have using, okay, select student name, we have the aggregate function from table name. So we are taking enrollment where this is equals to 1, this is one relation and this is another relation. Okay, so here see, if you want to retrieve this example, the final keyword for this, if you want to use where condition, then the where condition should be placed by means of dot operator. If there is a need of where class in aggregate function, then you have to use dot operator. If you use the dot operator in particular condition, then there is a possibility of where. So if there is no need of the where condition, means then you have to use the having condition. Okay. So I think you complete the min and max values. Okay. So already you complete the min and max values. So this is the class. In this section, we started with set operators and string functions or string operations and what are various aggregate functions. I hope you enjoyed the, or you understand the concepts in these 3 scenarios. In next class, we discuss what are various mm, null values and the complex integrity constraints and triggers and active functions. Okay, thank you. I hope you understand the all these classes.